I have a sneaking suspicion everybody can hear my fan.
What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 162 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott. Oh! What was that?
I am the great and powerful Oz.
What? Nice.
I didn't know if you lit something or if you just like flashed a flashlight. I was like, what the fuck was that?
That was this electronic candle lighter and like my 3D printer stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. All right. Well, that was a great start. Thank you,
Special
everybody.
effects.
Have a good night.
Hey, the STS Guys now with more special effects, 100% more special effects.
With pyrotechnics.
Yeah, because that's just what podcasts need is
Pyrotechnics.
is pyrotechnics.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Man. All right. So to get started, I see that we have something going on here. So I'm going to grab a thing here. We got the raid going on. What's going on, everybody?
Raid.
It's a Geek Together raid. What's up,
Hey,
guys?
what's going on? Thank you for running over here.
Yeah, shout out to Geek Together for sending people our way. If you didn't know, Geek Together records their podcast every Saturday night, an hour before us at 7 p.m. Pacific. They're super awesome. So thank you guys for sending people our way on Twitch. We'll do a quick shout out to the chat. So shout out to Jessica, Gary, Steph is here, Michael Newland from the Toy Rewind podcast, and RSV Hockey Dad.
What's going
What's
on,
up, everybody?
What is going on?
Hello, everybody. So,
you know what? It's been a week.
It's been a week. So before we go into it, I'm going to kill a segue here because Nate's jumping on right now. He can kind of hear me, but you can't see him yet. But he's smiling. Second of all, Larry, I need more buttons. I need
What
more
kind of
stuff.
buttons?
I don't know, just more stuff. So I need you to make me some more little video button clippy things.
Oh, those buttons. Okay.
Those buttons, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
don't know
make one
what
of
to
Nate,
do.
right?
Yeah, but we need a Nate shilling like a villain button, I think. But
Yeah, that
we'll
way
see.
when Nate forgets to say it,
I can hit the button.
we could just click the button.
Exactly. So, look, everybody.
Look,
Speak of
there
the
he is.
devil, Nate's here.
What up?
Hey guys,
Extended
late, but I'm here.
shout outs to Butt Wasted and Clint, and oh yeah, there's Nate. Nate's in the chat too. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
It's Nate.
Thanks everybody for joining. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm glad
Nate, out of everybody, actually has here on this podcast has a social life.
Nate went outside.
Nate,
I did go outside.
To be fair,
interacted,
to also
but
be fair, it is also 2 hours later where we're at than where Nate is. So,
Sure. Yeah.
like,
it's kind of prime time on a Saturday right now. It's 9:00, but you know I always make time to be with the guys if I can. But it's just there's always shit that happens on Saturdays with me.
because you have this thing called a life.
People have lives.
and friends outside of the people that are on this podcast. That I can't say the same.
This is where the real fun is, though, on a Saturday.
It is. All right. So
You missed the pyrotechnics.
You missed the
I
pyrotechnics.
missed it. It's been a week. I think I came in right when you guys were playing. It's been a week.
You did. So we hit the button already. So we missed it. But Nate, you said it. So I'm going to give you the credit that Nate dropped his. It's been a week here. So
It's kind of like my staple.
Does anybody have anything cool or to bring up for It's Been a Week?
I know Nate has some stuff, but
I want to save that for last because that's probably the most important thing.
I will jump in and say what I've got. I got some cool stuff in the mail this week. Some different kind of stuff in the mail this week. I got this silver cylinder that goes nicely on top of a Funko soda can. I'm not selling this very well. There we go. It goes on top of Funko soda can, and then you can put your soda figure And the disc, which I left, oh no, there it is. And then the disc goes into this really cool little carved out thing. I got these soda toppers from JT Customs on Instagram. They're really cool, and you can display your soda figs. I've got my Leonardo up there with the little disc poking out. So it's like a custom thing that he made, a better way to display your soda stuff, because there's some people out there who have a huge soda collections. And I noticed that you don't have to use the included disc. You can use STS Guys hogs and throw them on top of your soda can if you wanted to as well. So
I like that.
It's pretty legit. If you would like to check this out for yourself, go to Instagram, go to jt.customsllc, and shoot him a message, and he can hook you up with some. Or you can just go to my Instagram, Dirt and Cheese. I posted up a picture of them just like an hour ago. So you can go check them out. They're pretty cool. And speaking of soda, our friends from MJ Pop World, who do Friday Night Funko on Twitch, which is really cool, right? They do auctions and giveaways and just hang out and talk about Funko stuff. They send us something for our next giveaway. They sent us some Funko sodas.
Ooh.
Nice.
Plus a few other things. So I've got a Frankenberry soda here, sealed, and a Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles soda here, sealed. So we'll be giving those away here really soon, as well as some other stuff. It's going to be another prize pack giveaway. So shout out to those guys. Go check them out, MJ Pop World on Twitch. They're live every Friday night, sometimes throughout the week too. So it's going to be pretty legit. It's going to be another nice giveaway.
So super mega soda giveaway.
Yeah. Super mega soda giveaway sponsored by another podcast. I think this is one of the first times that we've really had it where we were sent stuff from somebody else to give away to this like thing. Like we've had people contribute to other stuff, but this is the first one where somebody's like, "Hey, do this giveaway." So I think we're gonna have to do it up right. Yeah,
so it's pretty cool. And also remember that iTunes review that we read like a week or two ago. That was actually Matt Pop Paragon from MJ Pop World who wrote that review for us. So shout out to him again. Thank you for the nice words. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Defiantly appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So
that's all I got.
Cool. That's all you got.
That's a cool giveaway. I like it.
I got a mail thing too, and then a story to tell you guys because I went on a journey yesterday. But let me say a thing. So, last week we talked WandaVision, and Jeremy reminded me of a comic after we talked about it that we needed to. So I went and bought one. So I actually have the Return of Vision comic that I got in the mail, and it's actually really good quality. I was really afraid because it was like $2.
And newsstand.
Kind of like a newsstand edition, right? For sure. And I was really worried. I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out for a $2 comic. Is it going to be like good? And it is in actually really good condition. So I'm very happy with my random drunken eBay purchase of the comic.
Oh, God.
Jeremy's kind of like a financial advisor with comics. If he tells you should go buy it, you should probably go buy it.
Yeah,
because we all bought it, right?
Everyone did. Jeremy's like, "Hey, this probably is going to tie into this and somehow." And I was like, "Oh crap, I forgot about that whole thing." And so, I bought it. Mine showed up.
Well, then, like I said, just listen to my past advice. I hope you guys all picked up Secret Wars when I told you to pick up Secret Wars. Because
money
coming out called Secret Wars.
It's a thing. Oh, you didn't say the number yet. So we're talking about Avengers 238. Remember, like
Avengers 238.
It was the one where Jeremy was pointing out, like it was the date on the calendar and that first episode of WandaVision. Yeah, and there were some other references to this book too in the first two episodes. Which
also Monica Rambeau on the cover.
Oh yeah, there she is. Very cool. Yep. So mine's on its way. I just checked the tracking. It'll be here Friday. So Scott's eBay seller wins. He totally shipped it way faster than my guy.
Yeah, he is fast.
No, he was all. It was also, like I said, it was a pretty not local, but like fairly close ship. So it didn't take the post office very long to drop that at my door. So he goes, okay. So I went on one of the most not pointless journeys yesterday, but I went on a ridiculous road trip yesterday. So I decided it was my wife's birthday, right? So there's a couple of things that we're big fans of from Arizona that they don't have locally here, but we found different cities kind of around us that have them here in Texas. Yeehaw! I literally had to set myself up for that one. Bingo square. So we decided, let's take a day. We're going to do a road trip, right? And we're going to drive to things. So decided, first off, drive an hour and a half out of the way to go to Dutch Brothers to get some coffee chalky milk, right? Because anybody who's, I guess, was West Coasters should know Dutch Brothers. They're pretty much all over the West Coast. It's basically just super sugary chocolate milk with some espresso in it, and they call that coffee. Ridiculous, but it's utterly delicious.
Accurate.
It is
all around accurate.
Yeah.
It's good.
So we drove literally an hour and a half out of our way to go get coffee.
Right, because there's none in Austin
yet. They're on their way, but this was the first Texas one that was open, so we decided to go. Made a friend, a guy that used to work at one of the ones that we used to go to.
Oh, cool.
Was there, and we're like, "You look familiar, guy taking my order." And he's like, "Yeah, I just came here from one of the Arizona stores for the opening of this one." We're like, shit, we used to go to your store.
Nice.
Fun,
That's cool.
Then we decided, why stop here? We're already halfway to Houston. There's this place called Postino's in Houston that's a wine cafe. Let's drive all the way out there. So literally, to get a little taste of what we were missing in Arizona, we did ended up being like a 5-hour road trip.
Yeah, because Houston's not close, right? Houston's like 2.5 hours from over here.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours, but then it's an hour and a half and then another hour.
Oh, and you didn't
15.
even go directly, yeah.
No, we went up and then around. We took this weird long roundabout circle between Austin and Houston.
Yeah.
For coffee chalky milk and some bruschetta.
Nice. Totally okay.
It sounds ridiculous, but it was delicious. It was definitely that thing where you're like, man, it is nice to get some of these things that we've been missing. Except I didn't realize, maybe it was the area of Houston I went to, but I always thought Houston would be more of a normal city, but there was quite a few man buns where we went, and men with Birkenstocks and man buns. It was definitely a hipster part of, I don't know if it was the part of town we went to or if that's just kind of Houston in general.
It was a little more liberal than you thought.
Does the man bun offend you?
A little bit, yeah. Not I wouldn't say offend. I just look at it at this point, you're just a walking meme, right? With your man bun. At a certain point, don't you just give it up?
I thought the rest of Texas outside of Austin was way more conservative than us.
To be fair, I make fun of him for the man bun too. So
that's great.
But yeah, so that was it. So I went on a little adventure, decided to just take my day, spending most of it in the car to get two little items. So
nice.
That was it for me. Jeremy,
totally worth it.
Do you have anything?
Just one little thing. Like I said, I was doing some cleaning. Like I said, in purging of stuff. You just get cleaning out my attic space and literally going through boxes that I haven't gone through since I moved here. and then there's some things I'm I totally forgot that I had, right? And then total random purchases and random things that I found and the majority of stuff I'm just pitching or selling, right? Just getting rid of it, putting in some stuff aside, so maybe some potential giveaways. But then I found something that I'm I don't know where it came from because I don't remember buying it, so I don't know where it came from. But like I said, it's this. I found this vintage Spider-Man watch from the 70s that's brand new in the box.
What?
Yeah, so it's this little Spider-Man watch.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's actually really cool.
The artwork and the design of the packaging and stuff is pretty legit.
That is quite nice. Yeah,
it makes it a collector's item that way.
77.
All right.
Spider-Man.
That must have been a late night impulse drunk purchase or something. This is a good price.
Maybe. Because
That's cool,
at first I'm like, because like I said, 'cause this was like off of it, right? So the only thing I found was like this. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like pencil case. I'm like holy shit! It's a Spider-Man watch.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so I'm like okay. I'm like keeping that because I'm like I don't know where it came from. It's pretty cool.
No, very cool.
That is really cool.
Nice find. I found I was going through my garage last weekend, and on the most recent episode of the Toy Rewind podcast, actually now it's the second most recent, they talked about the Visionaries. Do you guys remember these guys who had like the holograms on there?
Yeah, the holograms. Those are like old school, man.
And they still got there's still the like G.I. Joe thing where it's like the legs and the torso are kept together by the rubber band that always broke.
They're built the same way as G.I. Joe's, but I found these, but I got excited because I knew that Toy Rewind had just talked about them. So I shot them a message and I'm like, hey, guess what? I just found these. And they're like, hey, you want to go live with us and show them off? So I went live with Toy Rewind earlier this week. If you missed it, it's available on their YouTube channel. And check out their podcast. They talk about those figures. I guess they had a TV show, which I don't remember, right? A cartoon and a comic book. There's quite a bit of interesting history about this very short-lived toy line.
I don't remember the cartoon.
I don't either. I barely remember the figures.
Like I remember the figures. I most of those all had comic books, right? Like that were out at the time. But
of course,
like it makes sense. But yeah, you would think like I was kind of the loner kid watching those Saturday morning cartoons. Like I thought I would remember the cartoon, but nope.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all.
So you just randomly found those like in a box? You said that?
Yep. I'm trying to go through everything in my garage, so when we move again, I don't have to move some of this stuff again. So yeah, I don't like. I kind of remember seeing them recently, but it didn't mean much. But yeah, like I was just digging through a box and I found like it was just in a plastic bag, just with a couple action figures, and yeah, it was 3 Visionaries, and I'm like, cool.
I just want to point this out now. I said Larry has the childhood I wish I would have had. My childhood sucked.
Yeah, Larry had all cool. Yeah,
Larry had like all the coolest shit.
I wish I could say that I didn't have cool stuff. I wish I kept most of the stuff that I had as a child. Like I have a Tupperware full of loose action figures out in the garage, but like they're not worth anything because most of them are missing parts or are broken because I didn't take care of my toys like I should have. Now as an adult that collects things and is a connoisseur of things nerdy, I'm like, man, I had all the Ninja Turtle figures and I didn't take care of any of them, or they're missing parts, so I can't really display them.
You just don't know what you have back then, you know. Like I had all these classic figures too, and there's a lot of them I probably donated or destroyed, or now you look back and you see what they're worth or how hard they are to get. It's like, man, I wish I would have held on.
I remember back in the day taking because I grew up where fireworks were legal, like they are here, right? So I remember strapping bottle rockets to G.I. Joes like jetpacks and lightning, trying to send them off like G.I. Joes, and like they never lived much long after that. That rubber band does not stand up to a couple of bottle rockets.
I definitely picture Scott as the Sid back in the day, from Toy Story.
Yeah, so I wasn't implicitly like trying to destroy the toy, but I was like, well, I got these sky missiles and I got a G.I. Joe, so might as well got some duct tape.
Why don't we try this out?
See if I can get him to fly. How many sky missiles does it take to launch a G.I. Joe? Surprisingly, the answer is 3.
I used to actually do something similar, but I would strap like a really shitty parachute that I had kind of rigged for them. I made it out of like a paper towel and I strung some strings to their head, And I'm like, all right, let me shoot them up in a rocket and see if they make it. But usually every time the rocket would destroy the paper towel, it would burn it.
Oh, wow.
So I'll find them somewhere. And usually a lot of those figs I never found again. They were gone.
Bye.
Crazy.
Yeah. I look back, I'm like, God, I cannot tell you how many G.I. Joes I blew up.
I remember going to my friend's house. Like I did not do this, but it was over my friend's house with his G.I. Joes. For some reason, like he got a lighter and started like lighting their heads on fire. Right, and the plastic. I just remember the plastic like melts in a really weird way and stuff.
Yeah, it's like,
and it has a weird smell.
And that black smoke that comes off of it.
Yeah.
You're like, this is toxic. Cool.
Yeah, this is clearly going to give me cancer, but all right,
totally worth it.
His face looks awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I had a pretty epic week, I gotta say.
That's why I was saving yours for last, because you got some cool stuff. Ours is a pittance compared to Nate's.
No, I mean it's always good stories. But so this one was so Mezco. Obviously, I'm a huge Mezco fan. I do toy photography. Every year, Mezco has this unofficial holiday now. They've done it 3 years in a row. So now it's become like their annual thing, and it's called 112 Day. And they usually have like a post on their Instagram that basically says, hey, 112 Day is here. So, 112/21, that's when this started. They posted this on their Instagram that says, today marks the third annual photo contest. So what they do is they allow fans to basically submit photos, and then they pick 12 random winners to win what it says a super rare unreleased 112 collected figure. So they've done this in the past. I think the first time they did it, it was one guy that won 12 things. Yeah. And then last year it was 12 individual winners, and then they did the same thing again with 12 individual winners. So I posted a lot of photos for it. I think on the first day I posted like 4 photos because I wasn't sure if they're going to close it on the day of or if they're going to extend it. But they actually released a blog post later on that says, okay, we're choosing winners on the 21st. So you have up until that time to post. So I'd done quite a different photos because I really wanted to win something. I just wanted to be part of the competition because when you don't play, you don't win. And I've seen a lot of my friends, that participate in the Mezco stuff win. So I posted some photos, I got some good feedback, and then the 21st rolls around, and sure enough, around like 10 a.m., I see that I was tagged in a Mezco blog post, and I got chosen as a winner. So it just totally caught me off guard, but it was so awesome, dude, because I'm just, I'm such a fan of the line, and to be a winner for something like this is really cool.
So go down and show the post that.
Yes, this is the winners announcement that showed the 12 different winners. And it's, they showed different photos from different people in the community. Like some guys, maybe they don't shoot photos very often, so they're just trying to take some photos with their phone. So I thought it was cool that they didn't just like pick people that had done toy photography before. They'd pick people that are maybe newer at it or something like that. So here's some of the winners. This was my shot that I did that won, which is a Shazam shot. I was actually really proud of this one. It was because this is one of their older DC figures. I've had this one for a long time.
Did you buy? Is this the one you bought at Ace Comic-Con?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Larry. Good.
I remember when you bought Shazam.
Yeah,
we were there.
Yeah, the STS guys were part of that purchase.
We had to convince you, if I remember right, to go back and buy it.
Yep.
Yeah. You pass it up, and you're like,
I feel I saw that figure. I'm like, I think we were there when Nate bought this. So I feel like we partially are to deserve credit for your 112 Day win because we encouraged you to buy this exact figure.
Yeah,
yes,
so
absolutely.
So we're going to join in on the win. We're gonna say this is all of our wins.
I will share that with you for sure. But yeah, I had passed on this originally when it was released. I got really upset about it because it was so hard to find. It had gone up in value, but we found it at that con for a pretty good price. And like you guys said, I had to get convinced by the guys, like, should I go buy that? Everybody's like, yeah, you should probably go buy that.
So here's the question, Nate. So because I know that you added the kind of making a video, but what? Oh yeah. I think what makes it is the stuff kind of in the background. What is that you put in the back behind him?
Yeah, so I actually did a behind the scenes video. You can kind of see these are smoke effects that I bought from a guy, a customizer on Instagram, and he just makes that with super glue. He's got like a kind of a grid that he uses that a pre-cut out of like some kind of mold or something.
Yeah.
And he makes them with super glue, and then he sent them to me. They weren't, very expensive, but they're great for background stuff.
Yeah. Because I think that makes the shot much better that you have like kind of like the wispy kind of stuff in the background. Mm-hmm. So it's not just like that to me helps stand it out that there's stuff behind him that's going on.
Right. I try to make it look like that moment of transformation. There's some smoke there as he transforms. Yeah. He says Shazam really loud. So yeah, it was really cool. I got chosen to win, and they said, I was going to win that super rare unreleased figure. Well, I actually know what it is now because one of the winners posted their winnings on Facebook. So I'll show you guys what that is.
Yeah, I'm curious.
This guy, Travis G, So it's a variant for Baron Benz.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's called the Tectonic Disruptor Edition. So it's a black and red version of Baron Benz, and it comes with 2 unreleased head sculpts. So these are unmasked head sculpts of Baron Benz. One of them is screaming. The other one, he's kind of got like a stern face. And it's kind of like an evil version. That's kind of what I'm taking it as. It's like the Black Manta of Baron Benz, sort of. So there's that picture, and then you can see this is kind of somebody's, photo of it. But it comes with this water effect here, which kind of looks like a volcanic disruption or something. You got the heads, the extra unmasked head sculpt. So I should be getting that on Thursday. I'm pretty stoked. It's awesome to get a free figure. I will take whatever they send me. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, but the fact that it's super limited, just that much cooler.
Yeah,
Nate, I'm just telling you right now. So once you get that, with that volcano like effect looking thing, I'm thinking you need to use a flight stand and your Iron Man.
Yes,
because that looks like some Iron Man takeoff.
Right.
Dude, that's a great idea. That's what I was thinking too. Like I could use that like an explosion effect or like fire, like you said. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try that with different stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
And then you get these Aquaticons, which are the same kind of color scheme. So it's kind of cool. It's different. I totally didn't know what it was going to be. And they're probably going to release this on their page at some point. No telling when or how limited it's going to be, but very, very, very stoked, very thankful to get one. So that was pretty awesome. And then
very cool.
I actually have more.
Oh my! And then
my good friends here, Larry sent me a box from all the guys, and it's actually some awesome stuff. It was one of those packages that I opened up. I thought it was just going to be T-shirts for the STS guys, which is still awesome. But Larry crammed in some extra stuff just to make me feel part of Texas, because I'm the guy that was left alone in Arizona. But yeah, you got me this Bucky shirt, which I love. Dude, this is amazing.
Oh, I got the Buckies.
Pretty cool, man.
And then they gave me beaver nuggets, man. Fucking beaver nuggets.
Have you had the beaver nuggets before?
I have never had these before.
Okay. Quite a treat. I was gonna say I don't know if I have any up here because I usually keep some by the desk. Because that's my like one.
I'm open them right now. I might do that.
They're like
live taste test.
Live taste test. But
Yes.
Go for it.
It's like caramelized sugar. Like it's like so it's like a caramel flavor on there. It's
like a candied version of a corn pop.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of it looks like caramel corn or something, but
similar.
It's kind of like caramel corn, but it's more like a pop,
like a big corn pop.
Like a big corn pop with caramel flavoring on it.
It's like corn pops, the cereal, but not shitty.
Yeah, less shitty corn pops.
Awesome! I can't wait to try. I actually might try it right now while we're on this podcast.
Yeah,
but then to top it all off, he gave me tons of patches and stickers and pins. So we got Goat versus Fish, we got Nerds Unite, we got STS Guys Texas sticker. All kinds of stuff. Pogues, Pob Hunting. So Mr. Ed Pogue. Let's see, Toy Rewind, Goat versus Fish. All kinds of shit. So thank you guys.
All the stuff people have sent me that I haven't had a chance to get to you. So yeah, I've been meaning to send you a package for a while. So
and I've got the STS Guys pin on right now.
Oh yeah, nice, very cool.
So yeah, thank you guys so much. That's awesome. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. No problem. I figured you needed to try some beaver nuggets. I thought of that after I went there the first time and we were talking about them. I'm like,
I've heard about Bucky's
probably need to
so much.
send. Yeah, we need to send Nate some Bucky stuff. So.
To get the T-shirt and to get the beaver nuggets.
He will probably be one of the few people in Arizona with a Bucky shirt too. By the way, he's gonna be wearing that thing around. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck is a beaver in a hat?"
I'm gonna wear it around tomorrow.
Hey, it's just let people question. He likes beaver, I like
the beaver.
You like the beaver.
It is
to be, what's funny is when we went there the other day, I bought that exact shirt, the red Bucky. Nice. So Nate, we have the same shirt.
Yeah.
We should wear it together on the next podcast.
You know what? I will wear it on Saturday. We'll do that.
Jeremy, do you have a Bucky shirt of any kind?
I actually don't have a Bucky shirt. I have Bucky sleep pants.
Yeah. Ooh. So my wife bought a Bucky's I don't know what to call them, like the workout jacket, like the really thin material, like track jacket thing.
Like Adidas.
Like Adidas style. Like they had a Bucky's. They had Bucky's women's leggings there. Their game is on point.
So I went. This was like a week or two ago, last weekend, I guess. Did you see they had 2 new shirts? They had a Valentine's Day shirt.
I saw that, yeah.
And they had like a wash your hands shirt, like COVID, like a light blue. I washed my hands at Bucky shirt.
You know what?
The best part of that shirt was though it had a thing that's like I'm holding it till I'm holding it to Bucky's and like if you know you know.
they totally missed. Like I said, here's the thing. You know what would have made me bought the wash your hand shirt? Like hey people, you better wash your beavers. Like I would have 100% bought that shirt. I said cash on hand.
Like,
that's a missed opportunity for sure.
That's a missed opportunity.
Right, shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Watch your beaver at Bucky's.
Watch your beaver at Bucky's. Yeah,
there you go.
The best bathrooms to wash your beaver.
I just like that they have like seasonal shirts, right? Because I bought that Halloween one. That I had to go back and get because I'm like, I feel like this Halloween one's only going to be here like in October, and I need to go get it before they sell out. So I thought that was pretty cool because I know that they had like an ugly Christmas sweater style one at Christmas time too.
They did too. I almost bought the ugly Christmas sweater one, and then when I went back, I was like, if they have them still, like I'll buy them. But they moved on to Valentine's Day.
I didn't see them either at the one we went to. So,
but they had the shirt, but they also had a legit ugly Christmas sweater, like a sweater.
Yeah. It's like a sweatshirt, right?
Sweatshirt, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
they have a full-on beaver onesie, like so where you can dress it as the beaver.
Yep.
Bucky's is amazing.
One day, what we'll have to do is, I think what we'll need to go do is let's all go take a trip up to Bucky's, and let's throw it up on like a live stream. We'll do like a walkthrough of Bucky's. Just so that we can show everybody, like, we've talked about it so many times on the same channel. Like, we need to walk through and be like, this is what we're talking about. This is not a normal gas station.
I was trying to explain it to Tiana. I'm like, she's like, what is that? And I said, it's Bucky's. She's like, okay, what is that? I was like, it's a gas station in Texas that they always are talking about. You can buy literally anything there.
You can buy everything.
Oh, cool.
So the other day I was looking at, just in the front, I could have bought a chair for a hunting blind, a thing that hooks onto the trailer hitch of my truck to add extra storage, a director's chair, a grill, corn, and a fire pit, all just in like before I even got into the store. That's the items that were out there for sale.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. And Ed in the chat.
Ed's calling us out.
Ed's calling us out. He is correct. We've mentioned it at least like 3 times.
We have brought it up, and we're really bad about that. So we're gonna at some point, like, we have to get all of us together to drive the 45 minutes.
It's the closest one, yeah.
To the closest one, so that we can go do do a Bucky's live stream, or just take some photos to throw up on Instagram or something, like, so that we can show.
I'm gonna try a beaver nugget right now.
Try the beaver nugget.
Live beaver nuggets.
It's actually really good.
Yeah. That beaver tastes good,
right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome. It is like a corn pops, but so much better.
Yeah.
It's not shitty corn pops.
It's not shitty corn pops. So
these are good, everyone.
Awesome.
So as we're talking here, like you got those. That's almost out. As I say, I got some Bucky's jerky up over here too.
Nice. Yummy.
Yeah,
they do make other flavors too.
We have to choose a Friday.
Nuggies. Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. So because they have like I don't know if I still have.
Oh, there's like the fancy ones.
There's
right?
the fancy ones. They're called the Bucky's Nuggies.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that you have like the cinnamon sugar. Yeah, they have salted caramel.
The habanero white cheddar one that's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not tried that.
Yeah, so they're like the next scale up from the beaver nuggets.
My go-to thing now is they've got like animal crackers, but they have like sprinkles in them, and they come in these like little boxes, and there's only like small packages. But those are really, really good too. Like we happened to like when we went and spent like $250 at Bucky's, and I got yelled at by my wife. That was one of the things I picked up. But when I went and grabbed that shirt for Nate, like, yes, we all got Bucky's crap.
Within reach. That's the thing.
All I have is a Bucky sticker, but yes, it's yeah, like these cookies are really good too. Like I haven't found anything that's like Bucky's branded that isn't good. It's all good.
Now, so not too far from us, there is a Bucky's that's not the normal one though, because there is a regular size. We talk about these Bucky's being these giant ones, but they have a couple regular sized gas station Bucky's too. So I think it was a Giddings,
like crappy one outside of Elgin.
Yeah, in Giddings. We stopped by that one. My daughter, when we were doing our drive, we went through there. And my daughter's like, I have to go to the bathroom. I was like, well, there's a Bucky's, but it's not the good Bucky's. But they don't have as much stuff. No. But it's regular gas station size. But as we go through it, it reminds me of like how much better the Bucky's are. Speaking of food, all right, so
yum.
Dutch Brothers.
That's the way to spend a Saturday night, Manny. That's you.
Yeah, gotta get that Dutch Brothers coffee, son.
Chick-fil-A, Dutch Brothers.
That's a good night.
I drove that hour and a half out of my way just to get me some Dutch Brothers. I have something else. Next week, I forgot to cook them and bring them up here so I can do it. We can do a taste test of the Uncrustables taco bites. I found them at the store. I bought them.
I forgot about those.
We talked about them like months ago.
Yeah, it was.
I found them at the local grocery store. I bought a pack. I have them in the freezer. I forgot to bring them up today. So next week we'll do another taste test and we'll do a sample of. I'll bring up the box. Right. Here's what they're supposed to look like. Here's what they do look like, and here's what they taste like.
Will it taste better than 30-year-old Batman cereal?
I think anything will taste. That tastes like sawdust.
Yes.
So. And bugs. Tastes like sawdust and bug shit.
I think somebody shit in my cereal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all them fucking weevils that were in there that we're eating.
Protein.
So cool. All right, so we've bullshitted now for 37 minutes. Do we have anything actual topic to talk?
New episode of WandaVision. You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
We can talk about that.
Good idea.
Okay. All right. Well,
what did you think, Nate?
It was, I'm excited for this show now. After we talked last week, we talked about this. Like, I remember the first 2 episodes didn't really wow me too much, but now that I know that there's some kind of underlying story that's not really being directly talked about, but there's something going on, I'm definitely more interested. But this seemed more of another kind of just very casual episode,
I like the slow burn nature of it. But I think it needs to not. By episode 3, we shouldn't still have the slow burn.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like this
3 episodes is too long. Like I should be getting more answers by episode 4. No,
I feel like Disney's almost relying too much on the deep cut. People like Jeremy or Scott that have the in-depth comic knowledge probably are like eating this shit up. Like this is amazing. But the people that are casual fans that don't really know the show or don't really know the story, they're like, what's going on here? Like, this is kind of just a weird sitcom with these 2 characters that are part of the MCU. I know as
two
the
minor characters, I would even say, right? Yeah. They're not even like top tier, they're lesser tier.
Which didn't really have a lot of screen time. Obviously they had some kind of relationship, but we never really got to learn a whole lot about it. You saw a little bit in Infinity War and then they get attacked and then it's over.
It's very forgettable.
Yes. So there's not a lot that really happens that you are thinking like, okay, that's cool. But, now that it's in color, now we're in the 70s. I loved the Brady Bunch intro. I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah, that was good.
And it's all about Wanda, like suddenly becoming pregnant. And then, she's not pregnant for 9 months. She's pregnant for like maybe a day. And she's already gone through the whole 9-month period.
Well, she went from like not pregnant to like baby belly bump thing in the last one, which if you know about the length of pregnancy, that bump doesn't show up till much later in that whole process. So
so everybody's kind of trying to figure out like where is the baby coming from, and she has this rewind thing which I think is a little interesting. She sees it go a certain way and she doesn't like it, so she rewinds and makes it her way. So you're starting to see that Wanda has more and more control over the world that she's in. So I think the story is slowly building. I think the last half of the show is probably going to be her trying to escape, and then maybe how that ties back into the MCU. And when you look at the show overall, it's probably gonna be like, okay, this all makes sense now. But you're in that weird middle phase, like if you're trying to grow your hair out, it's just kind of weird and it feels strange. You're not really sure if you like it or not, but you're still committed to it. So, all right, I'm going to keep going and see where this goes and grow my hair out. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm going to say around a 3.5 for me out of 5.
No, it's definitely one of those interesting shows, right? Where like it's so. I think this is where they're potentially going to lose people. It's so weird that, like I said, I think it's going to have a hard time keeping the average viewer interested, right? Like it's because it's so weird. But like I said, kind of to your point earlier, Nate, right? Like I said, from like the comic book perspective and like kind of the comic book junkie, I mean, like I see all this building and all these, like I said, these Easter eggs throughout and everything is basically kind of like building up, right? And then we finally get our first kind of like hint of that, Wanda's actually able to actually control aspects of this environment. Where, like I said, hey, if she doesn't want someone in this world of hers, that she expels them out of this world. So what she did with Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
You kind of saw that in 2, though, when she, the beekeeper guy, right, is there, and she's like, no, and it like rewinds. You're like, oh, that was weird, but like he didn't know like what exactly that was. So you get to see more of like, oh, that's kind of what she's doing.
Was full on like. So because the heroes, like, so this is the first time this has happened in a while too, right? We got the hint and drop of Quicksilver, like hey, like I said, your brother Pietro, he was killed by Ultron, and Monica Rambeau said let that slip, and then that just tweaked. I said that tweaked Wanda, where she freaking launched her out of the world, and she's no longer a part of. I said Wanda's world now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the last episodes because confirmed by Ken Feige, like I said that they said the last 3 episodes are like sort of really, like I said, actiony and kind of like more like MCU like. So I'm looking forward to those last 3 episodes. But I said it's nice to kind of see that build. I just don't think this works as a half-hour show.
Yes.
To me, like I said, I don't necessarily look forward to it every Friday. I'm like, I'll watch it. Like if it's on, I'm like, it's on. But now having to wait an extra week, I said for another episode drop, it doesn't work for me.
It's just it's weird to know that this is the next phase. This is where it starts. The next phase of the MCU. This is the very beginning. So you remember all those phases had a really strong start, at least from what I remember. Maybe Guardians was one of those introducing new. I get it. This is a way to world build. It's just kind of a weird way to do it. I think they're really relying on their fan base to come back and watch and stay invested.
Well, and from a ratings wise, and from like I think from like a Rotten Tomatoes, it's pretty positively rated, right? Which I was actually kind of surprised.
Surprising.
I was actually surprised on how high it's been rated. I think people though are so starved for MCU content at this point.
They're gonna like everything.
Where they just crave anything at MCU, right?
Here's my thoughts on it. To me, it's not bad for the show, right? It's not bad, but it's not something that I would find myself like clamoring for.
No, yeah,
right? It's like when you look at it, it's something different, but I don't know if it's a good different. But it's not bad. Like I just don't know how to describe like my feelings towards it yet. I don't know.
Like I said, it doesn't work as an episode a week show. Like I said, to me, that's what ruins it. That's what I said. I think I'd feel completely different about the show as if it just dropped all at once.
Either drop it all at once or do like 4 1-hour mini series, right? Like I would be okay with that. And you could still do your thing. Like I think I said it last time, is you could take a commercial break and then comes back and it's the new show, right? Halfway through. You can still do your show swip and like decade change.
And I think that hopefully they said, right? I said hopefully so this trend kind of continues to where, like I said, studios are starting to realize that, hey, this isn't maybe the way to do it because people don't want to digest content this way anymore. Like, so for example, so the latest news from the Snyder Cut and Justice League, right? So originally it was going to be released as 4 1-hour episodes, and then the studio scrapped that idea. Now, like, okay, hey, we're just going to drop it all at once as one movie. So,
Well,
Thank
like
God.
it worked for Mandalorian because it built hype and there was social media buzz and all that stuff. But I don't see the same type of reception for WandaVision as like that has had. And maybe like the second half will have it, but it hasn't had that like aha moment. It's just like, okay.
But I think here's the issue. The Mandalorian worked well because each of those episodes was, I'm Steph bringing up the whole so yes, I have shit on the walls. Here's the thing with The Mandalorian. Each episode had a broader narrative, but was a self-contained storyline, right? Like you had a full story in each Mandalorian one, which the WandaVision doesn't have. Like each of these little stories is kind of bringing it towards the other aspects. So it doesn't work in the same way to keep like the way the Mandalorian does, but I think the Mandalorian needed to be the way they went with this.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to have more of like the, like here's a bigger, broader storyline, and here's some stuff that they're doing in between that, more than we're gonna do the magic show, which, to be fair, was very I Dream of Genie-ish, but didn't really move this story at all because you're like that meant nothing. Like the only thing it was, oh, she's pregnant at the end. Like that was the thing. You're like, oh shit, that's what this whole episode was leading to.
Yeah, that's true. And then even episode 3, right? It's the one girl gets kicked out or whatever. Like it's whatever. And then you see a glimpse of the outside world or whatever. Like it's fine, but it hasn't had that aha Baby Yoda cuteness kind of moment or anything, right? There's been no meme about WandaVision. It's just a thing. Bernie Sanders got more social media attention this weekend than WandaVision got. So.
Do you guys think that the baby is going to be the Baby Yoda of Marvel?
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to do a real human. Well, I don't say human,
real cute little
child.
like Michelle in Full House.
Kind of like an Android style kid that's really cute. But
right?
I don't know
who
that would be. It would have to be somebody.
Yeah. See, here's the issue I have with WandaVision. Like, part of the MCU thing is merch, right? Like they that's how they make their money. I don't know how they're making merch on WandaVision, man. There's
I saw some new pops on GameStop. Yeah. I saw some pops. Vision in black and white and Vision in like street clothes.
And I did go buy one of the WandaVision pops after watching episodes 1 and 2 last week. So it worked on me.
Oh, look at this question from Ed. Let's see if Jeremy. Was anybody surprised that read the comics that it was 2 twin boys and not a boy and a girl?
Yes, but I think they were going for the whole idea of like we're not doing exactly the same, but we're gonna like. I'm assuming power sets are going to be the same. So,
like kind of like Star Wars did with Ben Solo.
Is that one of those? Is it a character that it has a familiar name that you're like, oh, it's that person, or is it like random characters that you don't really know a whole lot about?
Was it Billy and Tommy?
Billy and yes, yeah, I don't know who that is.
I think.
Well, considering they kind of just disappear at a certain point, they're not that long-lived.
Oh.
But
aren't they building like a Young Avengers kind of thing? Like, could one of these robot kids be part of the Young Avengers at some point?
Well, so
maybe, but
so for those of so they're mixed. They're merging almost like 2 comics together, right? So sort of Wanda's twins before, right? I said we're a boy and a girl. However, New Avengers, like I said, reintroduce Wanda's twins as 2 boys, as both Speed and Wiccan.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say that if they're going with Speed and Wiccan, so they're skipping over the whole boy and girl House of M story, right? But they might bring that back in, right?
Yeah.
But if they want them as Young Avengers, they do have the option. They just can't have the fates. House of M fates occur to the twins, because I said the boy and girl twins, as I said before, if you go through House of M, the reason why she goes absolutely nuts and depowers most of the Marvel universe is because of her twins.
Interesting.
And they maybe just get unmade. We'll just put it that way.
All right, so I want to take bets right now, right? Though I said, do you guys think that Doctor Strange is going to show up in last episode?
I seems likely.
So.
You're right. There has to be somebody has to show up. From right,
there has to be the Luke Skywalker moment.
Yeah, there has. Yes. Number one for attention. Number two because it's such a big cast. Right, just like how Iron Man was in that Spider-Man movie. Right, people love the crossovers, which is great because I'm one of them. But yeah, I feel like you have to bring in one of the other MCU characters, and Doctor Strange makes the most sense. Plus, we haven't seen Doctor Strange too much since when Infinity War.
Exactly. So Ed brings up a point. It's like I expect to see Magneto. If Magneto showed up, like I said,
yeah.
That at that point in time, you know what? They said, you know what? Hands off. Like I said, you totally came out. He said you totally thought outside the box, Marvel. Like I said you didn't pull. I said the whole Mandalorian, Luke Skywalker. Hey, it's expected that thing. If you pull in Magneto and like I said, and you do that, that would be amazing. Like
there's your aha moment, like, oh my, right, if you haven't watched WandaVision, you probably were going to go back and watch WandaVision. Or if you got tired after episode 3 because you're like, this is boring, like if I wanted to watch the Brady Bunch, I just go watch the Brady Bunch, you would go back and watch everything to see the tie-in for the X-Men.
Yeah. So my one of two characters. I said my bet is on either it's either gonna be Doctor Strange or somehow Quicksilver is gonna come back. I said from the dead.
Or like other universe.
They said that he is returning. So there's it could be alternate reality.
Yeah. That might be the introduction of that whole thing, right? It's her brother, but it's not her brother.
Flipped on accident, like the Hulk when he did his unsnapping, also brought back, Quicksilver or whatever.
When Cap went and returned those Infinity Stones, he somehow brought back Quicksilver.
Yeah, right. Like, ooh,
any number of ridiculous possibilities.
Yeah. That's a good possibility. I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah, and Ed even says, which Quicksilver? So do you get Fox Quicksilver or do you get Age of Ultron Quicksilver?
Here's the problem with that, and I'm gonna say, if we get all these characters that are coming in as X-Men, we're not gonna get the established ones. I think that's the thing. Like, everyone's saying like, oh, Magneto's going to come. Ian McKellen is going to be there. Like, or what's his name is going to show back up.
Patrick Stewart?
No, who's the other Magneto?
Hugh Jackman. That one guy.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender is going to show up. But like at a certain point, do we really want the MCU to be associated with those shitty movies?
Not really, unless it's like an alternate universe or something.
But I again, like it's get rid of that. Start new, grab new characters, and bring them in. And this is your way to recast them and bring them in the correct way.
And like Ian McKellen's really old. Like if you want a Magneto who's going to be around for a while, you need to have a younger guy, or even if he's old, it's still younger than Ian McKellen.
Mm-hmm.
That dude.
Maybe they don't have.
Even Ian McKellen, like I said, original X-Men, I didn't like him as Magneto.
He's too old.
He's too old.
But then again, here's the thing. I was watching the last one, right? Dark Phoenix, and you have Michael Fassbender, and that's in the 90s, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't see it.
Early 90s, like at most late 80s, right? Like, but let's say early 90s. Yeah. When X-Men was what, 2000? 2000, right, for the original one.
So you're
telling me that in a span of 10 years, we went from Michael Fassbender to Ian McKellen?
Hey, that's what meth does.
Holy shit! Like just instant. Like that dude just stayed the same age from. And then again, you're telling me that World War II concentration camp survivor, Michael Fassbender, looks the same as he did in the 60s as he does in 1990?
90s were a tough fucking decade, says it.
Like apparently, like he just didn't age. His mutant power was not aging until he hit like 70, then instantly looking his age.
Hey, the war on drugs really took off in the 90s.
True, right?
Because what was the first X-Men like? What was that supposed to be?
Probably the same time, right?
So
Early
it says
2000s, like
Not
as it was
too-
happening.
in the distant future, or like not too distant future is what they claim. But so I say it's roughly in the time frame when it came out, because you look at like they had cell phones, right? But it was all the shitty like cell phones. So you got to think like we know that it's roughly within the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's funny. Yeah, it's been a rough fucking 10 years for Magneto because he aged quick.
Yeah, like Patrick Stewart looks the same from.
They should have done something.
Now.
They really should have done something in Dark Phoenix to maybe age him. Maybe like the Phoenix attacks him.
I think they were just hoping that no one was going to notice that this guy has been 40 for 40 years.
Well, in Dark Phoenix, honestly, they were just trying to basically, okay, let's just close the book. Like, we don't ever have to look at these stupid movies ever again.
It was almost like a Rian Johnson type of thing with Star Wars. Like, let me just totally fuck this franchise over.
Yeah, let me just get rid of it, and that's that way.
100% a movie written because the studio said we need to do this event, and everyone's like, I don't want to do this. And they're like, just do it. And they're like, all right, fine, we'll write this movie. Get all the same people back. It doesn't make sense. They need to age. Like, no one ages. Like,
Honestly,
no one ages.
The only person I would want to see come back would be Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like Hugh Jackman. But again, he's getting almost to the point where, like, he's too old to play the unaging
Hugh Jackman as Old Man Logan. Like,
if you bring him back as Old Man Logan, I think I'd be like, all right, that works.
Just think if we got a cameo in Deadpool 3. Just like a Logan cameo. How cool would that be?
That seems likely.
Might happen because they did add the extra, little like thing with Deadpool 2, right? Where he shoots his X-Men Origins Wolverine character, and they have Jackman like, huh? Like,
oh yeah.
So no words or whatever.
I think you have to have a younger Wolverine to actually play Wolverine, but a short cameo or something somewhere makes sense in Deadpool 3.
I think could bring it in, or at least have Hugh Jackman in it. Just even playing being just himself.
Sure, that would be
right.
Or like give us a sequel to Logan, but do Old Man Logan with Old Man Hawkeye and like the hillbilly Hulks, and how cool would that be?
Now, we did confirm we are getting Deadpool, and it will be tied in an official MCU movie. So
and R-rated.
R-rated, but that means so then the mutants, in some way, shape, or form, have to be able to show up.
Well, that's like 2023, though, right? Or like it's like 2 or 3 years away, so they got plenty of time.
Kind of have him there, right? He's the type of character that could just show up, and you'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. He's there, like, and he doesn't need an explanation. He can just be there, and like, he's an Avenger now, like,
yeah.
But it'll be. I'll be interested. Yeah, Jeremy, there's something that we never talked about. I want to touch on this real quick because I don't think we've touched on it this way. There's a documentary that you and I both watched day one that I think we need to talk about. Maybe we have brought it up on here, but it's the history of swear words on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of time, but I recommend for anybody who wants to get a good laugh and to learn something is to go watch that. It is
Who's it narrated by?
It is narrated by Nicolas Cage. Yeah. So it's about the origin and etymology of your favorite curse words, narrated by Nicolas Cage, going over various uses of the words. And then it has like professional, like people that are like historians and stuff giving some background for it. It was an amazing document series. I can't believe we never really brought it up. So I'm going to jump in here and tell everybody, while we have time, to go watch it. At least go watch the episode on fuck, because it's probably one of my favorite ones. To hear him
on what?
Oh yeah. So there's a few episodes, right? It's got the F word, the S word, the B word, the D word, the P word, and the other D word.
Go watch it on fuck.
I just wanted to say all the words without saying the words.
Yeah. They are.
Well, real quick though. Honestly, speaking of Nicolas Cage though, too, Scott, have you heard about the new movie that's in post-production right now. It should be coming out here in the next couple months, called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
No.
It's Nicolas Cage playing himself, that he basically has to infiltrate basically like this billionaire's like birthday party, and he plays all of his characters from all of his movies.
Okay.
That sounds clever.
There's also, so back in the day, there was that whole thing about Five Nights at Freddy's, right? That a bunch of people like were kind of bidding for it, and a bunch of people made Five Nights at Freddy's movies, but then they all lost their licensing, so they had to change, like, most of them were in pre-production, so they had to change them. That's how we got the Banana Splits movie. There still is an official Five Nights at Freddy movie. I think the script has been approved at this point by the game's writer. But there was another one starring Nicolas Cage where he is a silent protagonist. He doesn't talk other than like yelling and like grunting throughout the movie. Or at least he's supposed to not. We haven't really seen it, but that's the one of the gimmicks. So we get a silent Nicolas Cage, but they use the quote of they're not locked in with the animatronics. The animatronics are locked in with him. So it's like a Five Nights at Freddy's with Nicolas Cage as this protagonist that goes on a rampage to stop the animatronics.
Like John Wick style, where he's just taking out Freddy and I don't know any of the other names.
The next John Wick.
Yeah, so it's
Wick.
Willy's Wonderland.
Nick Wick.
Yeah. I want to see that new movie coming out that's from the same producers, Nobody. That has the guy from Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah,
he's basically like a John Wick.
yeah, but it's Saul from Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
it's kind of out of character, but he had a past life where he was kind of John Wick, but then he settled down and had a family, and then something happens and he has to go back and start killing people again. I totally want to see that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We got some good stuff on Netflix. I just had to bring it up. I was thinking about that history of curse words things, and I was like, we never mentioned on here, so I had to drop it in. But we're at the hour, so Larry, why don't you do your thing?
Well, guess what? You should go follow us on Instagram. You can find us at STS Guys. You can follow us on Twitter at STS Guys. We're also on Facebook at the STS Guys, and I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Shilling like a villain.
And then all those awesome Funko Fair reveals, or the okay Funko Fair reveals, or the Funko Fair reveals that they already announced, but in case you missed it, they got announced again. You can go buy them all at shumistore.com and enter code STS Guys, and you're going to save 10%. And then if you weren't lucky like Nate and we didn't send you t-shirts, you can go to animatedapparelcompany.com and get yourself some new t-shirts. That's right, Animated Apparel Company. If you enter code STS Guys, you can save 10% and you're going to get free shipping. Animated Apparel Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
Ed got a bingo, by the way. Bingo, Ed.
Bingo.
Bingo!
Well, and if you didn't know, our friends from the Toy Rewind podcast made us a bingo card. You go to podcastbingo.com/STS Guys and you can play bingo along with us. You might have to go back and re-listen because I mentioned that super late this time. But if you like podcasts, we have friends. We have friends who have podcasts. We have friends who have good podcasts like Talkin' Pops, Pop Collectors Alliance, The Four Dorks Spin Geek Together Secondary Years, The Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes, The Toy Rewind Podcast. We keep talking about those guys. Can't forget about 3 Beers and a Bike. And as is tradition, one day Scott and I will read.
I need that DVD, and then I need to also find a DVD player.
It's a Blu-ray, so I think you can play it in. I think you can play it on PlayStation.
I can play it on my PS5.
We'll figure it out. I need to bring you that T-shirt anyhow. Like that's the problem. Like about living close is like you're close, but you're like just far enough away that I don't go that way.
It's not like I'll drive by it.
Yeah, so
sort of thing.
We'll figure it out. It's not dead. It's Totally Rad Movie Podcast. It's not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Yeah.
Bring out your dead.
I'm still alive. Yeah.
Ed says PS5 plays DVDs. Oh, cool. I did not know that.
Yep. Oh, cool. All right. Is that
All right, Jeremy?
Is that it? We derailed a little bit. So did we go through everything?
Are we gonna raid goat versus fish?
Oh shoot, I forgot.
Oh, let's please do that.
Yeah. I'm working on it. All right, thank you guys for all hanging out. Super appreciate it. Hang on for a couple seconds if you're watching on Twitch because we're gonna raid our good friend Goat versus.
Are you goat or are you fish? Don't be a fence sitter, right, guys?
Yeah, no fence sitters here.
All right. So for episode 162 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, I've been Nate.
And I'm Scott.
We're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye. Larry, are we ready?
No. Oh, hold on.
Raid.
About to raid goat versus fish.
And I'm gonna just you can't see us anymore.
Okay, it's good. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Raid.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.